Mercury has been retrograde for weeks, and this Friday, it finally stations direct. If your chart has Mercury in Cancer, or your sun, moon, or rising sign falls there too, this week's turn is a personal one for you. Let me walk you through the whole week first, then show you exactly where to look. This is the week ahead. Every Sunday, I map the real sky for the coming week, computed fresh from actual astronomy instead of a horoscope guess, and show you where to look for it in your own chart. Same format, every week, so you always know what you're walking into. Here's the week of July 19th. Here's the week at a glance. Sunday, the moon settles into Libra as Mars eases into a sextile with Saturn. Monday, Jupiter trines Neptune. Tuesday, the moon reaches its first quarter, still in Libra. That same day, Jupiter sextiles Uranus. Wednesday sits quiet, no exact aspects, a rare pause in an otherwise packed week. Thursday, the sun moves into Leo. Friday, Mercury stations direct, trades a sextile with Venus, and the moon shifts into Sagittarius. Saturday, Neptune sextiles Pluto. Start with Sunday's Mars-Saturn sextile, since it opens the week. A sextile is the easy angle, two planets supporting each other without friction. Mars is drive, the impulse to act. Saturn is structure, the follow-through that makes an action stick. When the two link up like this, starting something that needs both push and discipline goes more smoothly than it might on its own. It's the kind of day where showing up and doing the next unglamorous step actually moves things instead of feeling like a grind. A classic day for putting a plan into motion instead of just planning it. If your chart has Mars in Gemini or Saturn in Aries, or your sun, moon, or rising sign falls in either one, this lands closer to home for you. Monday brings a trine between Jupiter and Neptune, the smoothest angle there is. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. Neptune governs imagination, the pull towards something bigger than the everyday. Put a trine between them, and a hopeful idea can feel closer to workable than it would most weeks. A trine doesn't push you to act the way a harder angle might. It just clears the resistance out of the way, so if you decide to reach for something bigger, less stands between you and trying. Worth paying attention to if you've been sitting on a bigger plan or a creative direction you haven't let yourself take seriously yet. If your chart has Jupiter in Leo or Neptune in Aries, or your sun, moon, or rising sign falls there, this is the trine most likely to show up in your week. Thursday, the sun leaves Cancer and moves into Leo, opening Leo season. Every sign the sun passes through shifts the collective mood for about 4 weeks, and Leo's stretch tends to turn attention towards self-expression, what you make, what you're proud of, what you want seen. It's less a single-day event and more a 4-week shift in where attention naturally goes, so there's no single dramatic moment to watch for on Thursday itself. If your chart has planets in Leo, or your sun, moon, or rising sign is Leo, the next 4 weeks lean in your direction. Then Friday, the week's real headline, Mercury stations direct. Here's what that means, mechanically. From where we stand on Earth, Mercury doesn't reverse in space. It only appears to slow down, stop, and drift backward for a few weeks. That's the gap between its orbit and ours, not a real reversal. Stationing direct is the moment that apparent backward drift stops for this cycle, and Mercury starts reading as moving forward again. Nothing about the retrograde changes overnight, but the direction does, and the direction is what people tend to notice first. Turning points like this are usually where a retrograde feels most tangible, more than the weeks on either side of it. Conversations that stalled, decisions that kept getting revisited, plans that wouldn't settle. This is a natural window for those to start moving again. If your chart has Mercury in Cancer, or your sun, moon, or rising sign falls there, this is the turn in the week most worth watching for you. If this kind of week-by-week walkthrough is useful to you, a tap on the like button helps it reach more people searching for exactly this. Follow the moon through the week, and you can feel the shift underneath everything else. It's already in Libra as the week opens Sunday, a sign about balance and other people, so early conversations and partnerships carry a little more weight than usual. Tuesday it reaches first quarter, still in Libra, the point in the cycle built for a decision, not just more discussion. That same day, it slides into Scorpio, and the mood turns more private, more intense, the kind of moon that wants a real conversation instead of small talk. It holds Scorpio through midweek, then Friday. The same day Mercury turns direct, the moon shifts again into Sagittarius, restless, curious, reaching past the immediate for something bigger. It's a good moon for asking a wider question than the one you started the week with. One standing reminder before the week gets going: none of this makes anything happen on its own. This is weather, not fate. Your chart is the house it moves through, and what you do inside that house is yours. None of it decides anything for you, it just describes the weather you're deciding in. Think of the sky as a mirror, not a prophecy. I check where each of these lands in my own chart in Mystical Maniac. Free link in the description if you want yours against this exact sky. The sky keeps moving, and I'll have next Sunday's week mapped out too. Subscribe so you don't have to go looking for it.